Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming out to Miller Park today. I know the season is finished, but there are still plenty of great things to come here at Miller Park, especially with a great announcement like we have here today. It's an exciting time to be a Brewers fan. It was around this time last year that new general manager David Stearns, who's standing in the back here today, laid out a vision for building the Brewers into a highly competitive team on the field. And over the last 6 months, we saw great progress made both at the major league and minor league levels. Fielding a consistently competitive team was one of the promises made by owner Mark Attanasio when he purchased the team in 2005. And just as importantly, he promised at the same time to deliver the very best fan experience possible. And that's the reason that we have gathered here today. When fans arrive for opening day next April the 3rd against Colorado, Miller Park will be transformed. This offseason, the Brewers are committed to making the largest club project in Miller Park history, a top-to-bottom reimagination of the food and beverage experience at this world-class facility. Before we hear from our speakers today, I'd ask everybody to look at the gigantic video board behind me. Give it your full attention, as this will be the announcement of our very exciting news here this afternoon.
I think Milwaukee is an incredible, livable city, incredibly friendly, passionate people who care about their community.
It's a city of fantastic character and depth. It's a city of people who like to have a good time.
It's not just they care about their sports teams, they care about their neighbors, they care about their neighborhoods, care about their city.
It's one of those cities that's sort of dripping with identity, you know? It has a soul. It has something about it that is, truly singular. And what we tried to do was sort of see if we could come to understand that, and then see if we could get that understanding to live in what we've done.
Sports venues are recognizing that food and beverage is so critical to how people view their enterprise and view their brand. And Miller Park is not just a place to watch baseball games, it's a place for entertainment. It's a place to be, it's a destination. We have invested millions of dollars into Miller Park, from scoreboards to all-inclusive areas to new attractions for our fans. We would be remiss if we ignored the food and beverage experience.
What we're trying to do is we understand that food has much greater impact on people than simply a transaction. Food's a way to get closer to your fans. Food's a way to say something about the Brewers. Food's a way to celebrate Milwaukee and Wisconsin. We started this in August of 2015, basically trying to see if we could capture, the feeling of this place and this place in baseball, and seeing if we could translate those words into what that might mean if you expressed it with food.
Fans that have been to Miller Park for the last 16 years are going to have a completely transformational experience here. They're going to see complete new offerings. They're really going to be able to experience a elevated food and beverage opportunity that they have not had at a sports venue. We're going to have a lot of locally sourced, a lot of local products. So AJ Bombers, great hamburgers; Smoke Shack, great sandwiches; Safiro's, great pizza; Miller Coors, all the great beer and craft beer offerings; Clement sausages, a lot of local companies making local products that our fans love and that resonate with our culture here in Milwaukee.
We've had a lot of success serving AJ Bomber style burgers inside the stadium, so we've embellished that a bit, and we're making bigger and better burgers and making them far more widely available. Same applies to the barbecue from Smoke Shack.
Everything that we've designed in this new project is designed to do a single thing, and that single thing is to express a feeling of care and concern for our fans.
So whether you're watching the game from home plate or watching it in the loge, you'll be able to get the same quality product throughout the entire stadium.
It starts and ends with the fans. They're the reason we're here. And from our perspective, transforming the food and beverage experience is just another way for us to cherish our fans and show our fans that we respect them, we think about them, we listen to them, and we care about them. Miller Park is a jewel. We have an obligation as trustees of the ballpark to constantly improve it. The food and beverage renovation is just one aspect of making Miller Park a great destination for fans. And we're always striving to make it state-of-the-art and the destination for sports fans around the world.
How about a big round of applause? How cool does that look? Well, now that you guys have a little bit of the background of this great project that is going to be underway here shortly, let's hear from Brewers Chief Operating Officer Rick Schlesinger.
Thanks, Jeff. As Jeff said, we are very excited to announce a comprehensive Brewers upgrade to Miller Park, the singular, most expensive, and most comprehensive upgrade that we've done to the ballpark since it opened in 2001. We cherish our fans. A key to that promise is to enhance Miller Park as a top-flight entertainment destination. Critical to that enhancement is the Miller Park food and beverage experience. To that end, we are completely transforming the food and beverage experience throughout Miller Park, every single level, from concession stands to new bars, to a complete redesign of all the existing stands, to reimagined offerings, items that reflect Wisconsin traditions and elevate the program to an even higher level of quality. This process started 1 year ago when we engaged the team of Howard and Sergi, a consulting team with vast experience internationally in food and beverage culture and creating connections between fans and their venues. The Milwaukee area is undergoing a food and beverage renaissance. New restaurants, creative chefs, imaginative operators, and incredible dining experiences. We are now joining in that renaissance with Howard and Sergi and with other great partners such as Delaware North, Miller Coors, and Clemens. I want to personally thank Rick Abramson, Tom Olson, Ken Gaber, and the Jacobs family from Delaware North as they are making a significant financial and operational contribution to this project. This project is funded 100% by the Milwaukee Brewers in Delaware North. I also want to recognize the Brewers executives Teddy Werner, Mike Schwartz, and Ty Pauls for their yeoman efforts in overseeing this project from start to completion. A critical element of the project is going local, and to that end, we have engaged the talents of Hospitality Democracy, led by David Marcus, Joe Sorge, and Angie Sorge. Hospitality Democracy is a key part of the Milwaukee dining experience, with such restaurants popular to all of us such as Zafiro's Pizza, AJ Bomber's Hamburgers, Smoke Shack Barbecue, and Holy Moly Coffee and Donuts. Fans will not only be able to enjoy items from these restaurants at Miller Park, they will experience new offerings such as mac and cheese, frozen custard, cheese curds, tacos, and a new line of all-natural Clemens sausages available exclusively at Miller Park. In addition, we have engaged and expanded a new beer program featuring Miller Coors Kugel offerings as well as craft beers throughout the state of Wisconsin. As I mentioned, this experience will be enhanced by an architectural redesign of the entire food and beverage concession area. This reflects the critical importance of the visual identity of the food and beverage experience here at the ballpark. On the field level, this new construction will include brand new first base ward and third base wards with 11 new concession stands, new portable stands, and 2 new full-service bars featuring Miller Coors products with views of the field. On the loge level, we are building a local brews Wisconsin draft beer bar, which will include 30 taps of locally crafted beers. The impact will be felt on every level in every corner of this building. This is a massive undertaking, one that calls for great imagination, attention to detail, collaboration, and great expenditure. We spent a considerable amount of time engaging our fans to obtain their input on what they wanted to see as part of the Miller Park food and beverage experience. Their opinions are all over this project and have been integrated. We are confident that our collective efforts will pay off when we unveil the new food and beverage experience on Monday, April 3, 2017, opening day at Miller Park. And with apologies to David Stearns, we too want to acquire, develop, and retain the best food and beverages for our fans at Miller Park. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. You heard in Rick's comments, and you heard about the important role that Howard and Sergi have played in the development of this great project. They've consulted on this project since the outset, and to hear more about their vision, please welcome the co-founder and principal at Howard and Sergi, Mr. John Sergi.
Thanks, Jeff. Hello. I know we're here to talk about food and beverage today, and clearly that is one of my favorite topics, as all of you who know me know quite well. But I would like to give a little call out just to Miller Park. You know, as a designer, and Dave and I have been fortunate, we've been able to work in some really world-class venues, both here and overseas. And this is just a great place to watch baseball. This place was so far ahead of its time when it was originally designed. I mean, it's really quite amazing. From, you know, the wide concourses and the sight lines, the view of the field, this incredible roof, and what has turned out to be our favorite areas, these two areas we're now calling the first and third base wards. I mean, these spaces with their open views and, you know, the ability to bring people together and sight lines to the field, and truly great baseball food and drink are going to really create new traditions for our fans when they come to the ballpark. I mean, you know, we like to say that successful redesigns, you know, when they're done, they look like they should have always been this way. And we're confident when people come out in April to see what's happened on the field level, they're going to feel that way as well. And we couldn't be more excited, to be honest with you. So thank you.
Thank you, John. Also joining John here today, please welcome Dave Howard. He is also one of the principals and co-founders of Howard & Sergi. This project would not be possible without the contributions of many others who are with us here today as well. Please join me in welcoming from Clement Sausage, Rebecca Herman and Les Thiel. From Hunzinger Construction, Kevin O'Toole and Scott Wendt. From Eline Wilson Architects, Nat Stein and Rebecca Rodriguez. From Delaware North, Tom Olson and Ken Gaber. And from Hospitality Democracy and Marcus Investments, David Marcus. As you heard in today's remarks, Hospitality Democracy is one of the leaders in Milwaukee's booming dining scene. The group's expertise in creating some of the area's most acclaimed restaurants and expertise make them a key partner in developing and executing this new Miller Park experience. For more about this organization's efforts to reimagine the Miller Park food and beverage experience, please welcome Hospitality Democracy President Joe Sorge.
Thank you, sir. As you can imagine, we are absolutely honored to expand our partnership with the Milwaukee Brewers and to be included in this reimagining of the food and beverage program here at Miller Park. As you may know, we've had the opportunity to provide AJ Bomber's Burgers, Smoke Shack Barbecue, and most recently Holy Moly Donuts and our donut custard sandwiches for the last couple of years at Miller Park. Next year, we're excited to be taking on a larger role. Not only are we expanding those current menus, but we're also adding a new taco concept, Zaffiro's Pizza to that list. And we're doing so in multiple locations throughout the stadium. As local restaurant owners and operators, this is a dream come true. To see the concepts that you've created and nurtured now be so accessible to so many baseball fans. Milwaukee is a special place. We believe that Milwaukeeans embrace the homegrown. They embrace the local business, local industry, and certainly their local sports team. They are Milwaukee's biggest fans. And again, Hospitality Democracy is honored and privileged to be a part of the new enhanced fan experience. We're eager to serve Brewers fans, baseball fans, and Milwaukee in 2017. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you for everybody being here today. This is a great day in Miller Park history. We hope that the announcement today has offered a nice preview, of course, of what's to come here at Miller Park as we take the fan experience to a brand new level. At this time, we ask everybody, please proceed through the seating bowl over by section 125, and all of our participants will be available for one-on-one interviews should you choose to speak with